Hi, YouTubers and wet shavers everywhere. It's Mark with GeorgeToon.com. I'm back with another Monday Morning Mailbag. Get yourself a cup of coffee, kick back, relax. Let's talk a little wet shaving and a few other things. What do you got this morning? I got an old friend that came to the channel courtesy of RH Dave Wilson. Hang on 1 minute. Let me get a sip. Yeah, that is marvelous. That's a good, strong, bold cup of coffee from Bison Union Company, Black Buffalo Blend. Boy, this is a strong cup of coffee. They even mention that on the back label here. They say, at Bison Union, we love America and we love coffee. Good, strong coffee has been a staple in building our great country, along with the hardworking men and women that drink it. How about that? How right there on the back label. Yeah, so if you're looking for a good, strong cup of coffee, Black Buffalo Blend. So my thanks to RH Dave Wilson, for very kindly sending this along to the channel. And we're using our Buc-ee's mug this morning. This came to the channel courtesy of viewer Barry Bedford, a Texan Shaves. We'll link his YouTube channel below. Barry, thank you very, very much. So we've got Black Buffalo Blend in a Buc-ee's mug. It's a beautiful cup of coffee. A lot of bees there. Hang on 1 minute. Let me get another sip. That's terrific. And as we like to say on the show, a good hot coffee, a trusty mug. Let the caffeine go to work, gentlemen. Absolutely. And again, this is a good, strong cup of coffee. Really, really good. I mean, it's a hearty cup of coffee, and you will not be disappointed if you like that kind of coffee. So again, thank you to RH Dave, and thank you to Barry Bedford very, very much for making the cup of coffee very, very appealing this morning. And hey, if you're taking me along on your morning commute, thanks very much for the lift. I really do appreciate that. If you're tuning into the podcast this morning, thanks very much for listening to the program via all those great streaming platforms that are out there, like Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, that sort of thing. So thanks very much for tuning into the audio podcast this morning. We got a great show for you this morning. Let me get over to my topics here. And there we are. There are my topics right on screen, right there. They came right up. We have got a great shaving tip this morning. It's a shaving tip that builds on a previous shaving tip. So it's a shaving tip that was inspired by a previous shaving tip. We got a great shave den visit that comes courtesy of viewer Tim Whitcup. Thank you again very much, Tim. We have got the usual round of reminders. Oh, we're also going to do a giveaway this morning. We are going to give away the Chris Beaudrab Artisan made CB Brushworks brush handle. This was fourth prize in a previous giveaway. It went unclaimed, so it's up for grabs one more time. So stay tuned for that. And a big thank you again to Chris Beaudrab. I got some great refill comments this morning. We have got some new wet shave gear to talk about and some questions and comments to kind of round out the show. So thanks very much for tuning in this morning. I really do appreciate it. I hope you're having a great morning. Thanks very much for enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. I hope it's a good cup of coffee. This is a good one. Again, Black Buffalo Blend in a Buc-ee's mug. A beautiful cup of coffee. Hey, let's get the show kicked off like we do every week with a viewer morning shaving tip. In a previous Monday morning mailbag, we had a shaving tip from Paul Desjardins, where he talked about using an old pill bottle as a blade bank. Now, this morning's shaving tip comes from viewer Brian McCarthy, and he builds on the use of pill bottles. And he writes, another amazing Monday morning mailbag. Another use for the pill bottle is to store your brush while traveling. I drilled 1 hole in the base and 5 in the lid to allow any moisture to evaporate. Us old guys end up with at least 1 new pill bottle per month, so finding new and inventive things to do with them offers almost unlimited possibilities. And Brian also sent along this video to demonstrate exactly what he's talking about. Take it away, Brian.
Hey, Mark. Here we go. I'm going to show you how the medicine bottle becomes a tube for your shave brushes. So there you go. Poke a little hole in there. Drilled a couple of holes in the cap. Trafalgar T3, and a small badger. And it's free.
Hey, Brian, thanks again for a terrific shaving tip and a wonderful video demonstration of inventive uses of pill bottles. This one, converting it into a shave brush holder for traveling. Thanks very, very much. Now, Brian already has an original George sketch. He also has another one that I sent along for winning a previous giveaway. He sent along a picture. There they are, side by side. So glad you received them, Brian. Thanks very, very much. Now, if you out there would like an original signed George sketch, just like the one Brian has, all you have to do is send me a shaving tip. Send that shaving tip to mondaymailbag@gmail.com, mondaymailbag@gmail.com. And if I use your shaving tip here on the Viewer Morning Shaving Tip segment of the Monday Morning Mailbag, you too will receive an original signed George sketch. So Brian, thanks again for a great shaving tip. Thanks again for a great, wonderful video demonstration of the shaving tip. Really do appreciate that. How about that, folks? Taking a pill bottle and converting it into a shave brush holder for when you travel. Brian, thanks again very, very much. Okay, it's time for a shave den visit.
Grab your favorite shave soap, whip it up, rich and creamy, fill your cup. Boom, lather. Hot towel ready, face feels prime. A classic shave, so smooth, so fine. 30 degrees, a light touch. Let the razor do the work, no need to rush. Shave like a pro, close and neat. A shave so smooth it can't be beat. Slap on your favorite splash, feel that glow. Shave complete, now you're ready to go. Oh, boom, shave complete, you're ready to go.
Well, this morning's Shave Den visit comes from viewer Tim Whitcup. And he sent along some photos, and he wrote, "Hey Mark, I've been trying to find an inexpensive way to display my safety razors, mainly vintage safety razors. So I found these small plastic crates at Walmart for $1.64 each. You can actually connect them. I actually have room for 36 more I can display. You don't have to break the bank." Wow, that is fantastic, Tim. They connect, they look great, they allow you to store your razors. It looks like any safety razor will fit very, very comfortably. Absolutely wonderful. Some shelf space on top for aftershave splashes and whatever else you want to store up there. That is really terrific. And the fact they connect, you can probably configure them any way you want to. That is absolutely marvelous. And they look great in your shave den. And thank you very much for displaying George in your shave den. Really do appreciate that. But an absolutely fantastic, fantastic shave den visit from Tim Whitcup, showing a great storage solution if you're looking for something to help store and display your vintage safety razors or your favorite safety razors. Here they are right here, these wonderful small plastic crates at Walmart for $1.64 each. And as Tim says, you don't have to break the bank. They look great in your shave den, and they'll be able to store a lot of your great safety razors, so they're right there at the ready. So Tim, thanks again for a great shave den visit, offering a wonderful solution for those of us who want to store and display a lot of our safety razors. Tim, thanks again very, very much. Well, here's your reminder to check out shavesplash.com. This is a website that was created by viewer Lee Meyer. If you happen to have a shave soap, but you don't have an aftershave splash for it, well, shavesplash.com is a scent matching website. So you'll be able to find a complimentary aftershave scent that will go with that shaving soap. Really, really terrific. And they also have some great articles and features up there. So check it out. We'll have the link below, shavesplash.com, from viewer Lee Meyer. Well, the channel now has auto dub technology courtesy of Google and YouTube. And as the name suggests, it will automatically translate this audio from English into Italian, German, Portuguese, Spanish, or French. Pretty amazing. Simply click on the gear in the lower right of the video screen. A menu will pop up, and there you can select the language that you wish to hear the audio in: Italian, German, Portuguese, Spanish, or French. It translates it from English to any of those languages in real time, on the fly. Pretty amazing. Auto dub. Check it out. Well, here's your weekly reminder that the Monday Morning Mailbag is also available as a podcast. Simply get up to your favorite streaming service and search for Monday Morning Mailbag and more, Monday Morning Mailbag and more, and the Monday Morning Mailbag podcast, as well as our other podcast, Second Cup, will come right up. Both of those podcasts are available on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, YouTube, and now iHeartRadio. Well, we're doing a giveaway this morning, and again, it comes courtesy of viewer Chris Bodrab, this wonderful artisan-made shave brush handles from his very own CB Brushworks. Here it is right here. This was a prize in a previous giveaway, and it went unclaimed after about 2.5, maybe 3 weeks, something like that. And I still haven't heard from the winner of this, so it's been forfeited. So now is your chance to win this beautiful artisan-made shave brush handle from Chris Bodrab and CB Brushworks. Now, how do you enter? Subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment below this video. Have an address that Postal Services can deliver to. This is open to everyone around the world, open to everyone worldwide. The deadline to enter is Tuesday, October 14th, 2025. That's the deadline. Once more, the deadline to enter is Tuesday, October 14th, 2025. Now, I am going to refrain from replying to any of the comments below so as not to upset the entry pool, and I hope you understand that. But let me say in advance, thank you very, very much for all the kind words regarding the channel and the Monday Morning Mailbag. I really, really do appreciate it. So there you go. The CB Brushworks artisan-made brush handle from Chris Bodrab, up for grabs one more time. Good luck to everyone. Deadline Tuesday, October 14th, 2025. Once more, real quick, right? Subscribe to the channel, comment below, have an address that can be delivered to, open to everyone around the world. Deadline Tuesday, October 14th, 2025. A big thank you again to Chris Bodrab. Good luck to everyone, and we'll see you on October 14th when we draw the winner. Well, what do you know? Coffee's getting low. That time of the show. Let's go back for a refill. Well, I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. I hope you went back for a refill. I sure did. Hang on. Let me get another sip here. Yeah, that's great. If you like a strong cup of coffee, you are absolutely going to love Bison Union's Black Buffalo Blend. A big thank you to RH Dave Wilson, for very kindly and generously sending this one along to the channel. It really is a good, strong, hearty cup of coffee. I like it a lot. And a big thanks to Barry Bedford, a Texan Shaves, for the Buc-ee's coffee mug this morning. So Black Buffalo Blend and Buc-ee's. There you go. Beautiful cup of coffee this morning. Hang on, one more sip. That is wonderful. Again, if you like a strong cup of coffee, Black Buffalo Blend is a good one. And if you want to know about all the health benefits about coffee, check out Mantic 59's blog, The Black Coffee Life, which discusses all the health benefits of drinking black coffee. And also, check out The Lockhorn. Someday we'll look back on this and quickly change the subject. Hardcover book, a great collection of wonderful, hilarious, entertaining Lockhorns cartoons by my friends Bunny Host and John Reiner. And they also have a calendar, the Lockhorns Laugh-A-Day calendar for 2026. So check that out, because before you know it, it'll be the New Year's, and you'll want to have a calendar in your home, in your shaved den, in your kitchen, and the Lockhorns Laugh-A-Day calendar for 2026 would be absolutely perfect. Each day has a Lockhorns panel cartoon. You'll start your day off with a great chuckle, a great laugh featuring the Lockhorns. So that's the housekeeping all done. Let's get to some of these comments. Let's kick things off with something from Roderick McLeod. And he writes, what do I got this morning? I have Starbucks Breakfast Blend K-Cup. Hey, that's great. That reminded me, because I was going through my local Costco and I happened to hear that Starbucks blended the Kirkland brand of coffee, the Kirkland brand of coffee for Costco. And I wasn't sure if that was true or not. Well, it was true at one time. I went into Copilot AI and I asked, does Starbucks make Costco's Kirkland coffees? And here's the answer that came back. Starbucks used to roast some Kirkland signature coffees for Costco, but as of early 2024, that partnership appears to have ended. For years, Starbucks was the confirmed supplier behind several Kirkland signature coffee blends, including the House Blend and Espresso Roast. Bags were even labeled custom roasted by Starbucks and featured the Starbucks logo. However, in late 2023 or early 2024, Starbucks branding was quietly removed from Kirkland coffee packaging, and neither company publicly commented on the change. How about that? So Starbucks is no longer roasting the coffee for Costco's Kirkland brand. And I was under the impression they were still doing it, but no, it doesn't appear so. Now, if you have any details about that, if Starbucks is still doing it, or who might be making those coffees for Kirkland, for Costco's Kirkland brands, please comment below and let us know. And Roderick, sounds like a great cup of coffee this morning, breakfast blend. We definitely love the breakfast blends out there, whether they be Starbucks or any of the other brands we've been talking about. But this morning we have the Black Buffalo Blend, a good, strong cup of coffee. One more sip. Fantastic. Thanks again, Roderick. Really, really do appreciate it. Hey, this comes from Ken Frederick. Great show, Mark. I just want to say that the Adidas Dynamic Pulse Aftershave is great. It's subtle, yet long-lasting. So glad I found out about it thanks to your channel. Take care. Hey, Ken, thanks very, very much. But all credit goes to Bart Bartlett, for alerting everyone to this, for introducing everyone to this, because he's the one who originally sent in the email and talked about it and said it was just like Parasso Green. And Lee Meyer at shavesplash.com does a whole breakdown on this scent. But yeah, this is fantastic. I'm so glad that you enjoy using it, because it's a favorite in my shave den. And like I say, it's less than $6, and that's what Bart was saying. It's less than $6. It reminded him of Parasso Green. It comes in a glass bottle. I mean, what's not to like? It's terrific. And it has this little stippling right here on the side. Can you see that? So you can get a nice grasp of it while you're splashing it on. Yeah, it's terrific. It's a winner. It's a winner. So you can get 2 bottles for less than $15, and you're all set. You know, take one and put it in your locker at the gym where you work out, and keep one at home, something like that. Yeah, and it's a great scent, and yeah, we like it a lot. So a big thank you to Bart Buzz for introducing everyone to it. And another big thanks to Lee Meyer for doing a breakdown on this and telling us a little more about the scent notes and that sort of thing. But Ken, I am so glad that you enjoy using it. I enjoy using it too. And again, you know, glass bottle right there. I don't know if you can hear that. Glass bottle, absolutely fantastic. Ken, thanks very, very much. Lee Hazley writes, to the gentleman who commented on doing YouTube videos and being 1 year sober, you might have been in a terrible place and position, but you were not a terrible person. Congratulations, my friend. Wishing you much strength and love. All I can say is, hear, hear, Lee. Absolutely echoing those sentiments. Thank you very much for contributing that. James Sefton writes, "Hey Mark, great 3MB again. I'm watching via iPhone today and hope to be watching next week on the TV. I'll take care and have a great week." James, thanks very much for tuning in via your iPhone. It's absolutely amazing. Folks out there are watching the Monday Morning Mailbag and videos on the channel on their laptops, on their tablets, on their iPhones, on their Samsung Android phones, their Google Pixel phones, on their big screen TVs. It's amazing. I am just absolutely amazed on how the technology allows this program and the content on the channel to just go worldwide, and people can view it on any device. There are some viewers, I know one viewer in France watches the show on his evening commute home. So when he gets on the train, he has his smartphone with him and he watches the show on his train ride home after work. I mean, that's just amazing. I'm so flattered by that. So thanks to everyone out there for tuning in on your smartphone, your tablet, your laptop, your big screen TV, whatever it is that you use. Thank you very, very much. And James, thanks very much for the comment. Really do appreciate that. Viewer Bob Leroux writes, "I've been thinking of getting Moon Dance Pine. Now, with your seal of approval, I will." Bob, thanks very, very much. Yeah, we've got sweet citrus here, and we also have sandalwood. I just did a review of the sandalwood, so it's in my mug in the shave den. But these came to the channel courtesy of viewer Aaron Watson. Aaron, thank you very, very much. I've already done the review. It's being edited. It was a terrific, terrific shave. I've used it again after I did the review, so I've used it twice. As of this video, I'm going to use it again. The sandalwood is a terrific scent. They describe it as being woody and kind of earthy. I thought it was just the right balance of woody organic and refined and perfumed on the other side. Right there in the middle, maybe leaning towards a little bit of the more refined side of the spectrum. It was a terrific, terrific scent. And this shave soap worked well with a synthetic shaving brush. I used a boar brush on my next shave, and wow, it was really, really wonderful. It's a combination of building a lather in your mug with the puck there, kind of getting a lather going, and then painting and then working it into your face a la face lather. And it just worked really, really great. Now, I didn't get a really, really super, super full Santa beard, but what I did get was a nice lather with an extreme amount of slickness. Stay tuned for the review. It really is a terrific, terrific shave soap. I really, really enjoy using it. And yeah, it was terrific. The review I had, with the review I had 2 or 3 days worth of beard growth. I'm not entirely sure. I think it was 2 days worth of beard growth. The next shave, I only had 1 day's worth of beard growth. It worked great in both situations. So check out Moon Dance shave soaps. Really nice price points. Great, simple yet refined packaging, and some terrific, terrific scents. I like the sandalwood and I like the sweet citrus scent. Bob, please, if you get a chance, do a review of Moon Dance Pine, and we'll share it here on the Monday Morning Mailbag. Bob, thanks again very, very much. And a big thank you to Aaron Watson for sending along Moon Dance shave soaps. Really do appreciate that, Aaron. Keith Osmond writes, "Hey, Mark, you were talking about how to get a better lather with 345 shave soaps from the tub rather than when you scoop. I have the same experience with Sterling soaps. I really didn't like the lathers I was getting when I scooped and basically abandoned them. Then one day I decided to just load from the puck, and boom, fantastic lather. Nicely rich and slick. There are likely other soaps out there that may act this way. Always try a tub load if you aren't getting good results from scooping." Man, Keith, thank you very much for confirming that. I agree. I love doing a brush load. I really do. Now, I have scooped shave soaps before, and while that's very good, I tend to get a better result from doing a brush load. There's something about doing a brush load which allows me to gauge how much soap I need to build that lather. Just something about holding that tub, taking that damp brush and just running it around on top of that soap and watching that cream build up a little bit on the inner rim, that sort of thing, and just kind of knowing that I have enough soap on the brush to go over to my shaving bowl and start building that lather, or even doing a face lather. There's just something about doing that tub load that helps me gauge the proper amount of shave soap. In doing a scoop, I'm kind of second guessing. Do I have enough? Have I scooped out enough? Is that enough? Is it a little too much, a little too little? So whenever I scoop, I tend to over scoop a little bit to make sure I have enough. But I like doing a brush load. Plus, there's something really relaxing about doing that brush load. It's kind of getting you into the rhythm of starting to build a lather. I enjoy that. So, Keith, thanks very, very much for that. I really, really do appreciate that. And yeah, Sterling soaps are great for brush loading. I absolutely agree with you. David Dart checked in. Mark, good morning, sir. I'm so happy to hear that you like the soap and splash I sent your way. And the fact that it brings back a wonderful family memory is just a great bonus. And by the way, I ordered your set and one for myself. They are currently sold out of Dirty Biker. I got the last two sets. I can't wait to see your review of their performance. Have a great day. David, thank you again very, very much. Folks, the review of Dirty Biker from Blackbird Farm and Apothecary ran this past Friday. It was available at Stonefield Shaving. David, thank you again very, very much for sending this along to the channel. It's a fantastic, fantastic scent. It was a wonderful, wonderful shave. I love the aged whiskey scent. Yes, and I mentioned in the Morning Mailbag and also in the review that this brought back a wonderful Thanksgiving memory of my grandfather calling all the men into the kitchen, pulling down a whiskey bottle from the cabinet, and all the men, regardless of age, you had to have a shot of whiskey. Now, being 5 or 6 years old at the time, I wasn't given a full shot, just a little bit, but you had to do it for good luck and prosperity and family and that sort of thing. And this scent reminds me of that moment from Thanksgiving, or I should say moments, because it was every year. Oh, man, that is terrific. And I tell you, if you have a shave with this in the morning and then follow it up with a good, strong cup of coffee, wow, your morning is off to a great start. So, David, thanks again very, very much. And again, folks, the review for Dirty Biker from Blackbird Farm and Apothecary ran this past Friday. Please give it a look. David, thanks again very, very much. Mike Perit writes, another great Monday morning mailbag. I've used that Parker adjustable injector razor. I've got the supply injector blades in it by loading it into another metal injector case, then the razor. It shaves pretty well, but I agree with not liking the way you handle it. Have a great week. Yeah, this is regarding the review that we did on the Parker injector, the Parker adjustable injector razor that we got at the Ohio Wet Shave Meetup. A gentleman named Jim Nash put it on the PIF table. And at the end of the day, it was still there. So we brought it back here to the Shave Den and did a review of it. I got a really, really nice shave with it. And I'm going to have to try that routine, that method of removing the supply blades from their plastic dispenser and key case and inserting it manually into a metal Schick case and key, because that's the only thing that accepts the that the Parker adjustable injector razor will accept. The plastic dispenser and plastic key from supply will not work in vintage Schick razors or this Parker adjustable injector razor. So we'll have to actually manually remove the blade and put it into a metal dispenser, metal case with the key, metal key, and to see if it will inject then into the Parker adjustable injector razor. Yeah, because I agree, those black blades, supply black injector razor blades, are very, very good. I like them a lot. So Mike, thanks very, very much for that. Really, really do appreciate it. I didn't think the handle was that big of an obstacle. It handled well for me. I didn't notice anything. It wasn't glaringly off when I was handling, when I was holding the handle. It seemed to work very, very well for me. So I enjoyed it. So yeah, Mike, thanks very, very much for that. Really do appreciate that tip in using different injector blades in the new Parker adjustable injector razor. Really do appreciate that. I'm going to have to get some Parker blades, injector blades for it, and see how they work on it. So Mike, again, thank you very, very much. This comes from Jerry Avaletta, who writes, Mark, I like your Monday morning show. Thanks for doing it. Jerry, thanks very much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. Thanks for subscribing, and thanks for leaving a comment. Thank you very, very much. Lee Hazley checks in one more time. I have both of my sons, 12 and 16, shaving the traditional way. And in my senior position at school, I often mentor younger men and get them into it. Wow, Lee, that's absolutely fantastic. This is in regards to the discussion we had in a previous Monday morning mailbag. How do we introduce younger men and get them interested in doing the traditional wet shave with the safety razor, building a lather, that sort of thing? Lee, that's absolutely awesome that you have your younger sons going in that direction. And it's really, really wonderful that you mentor younger men to kind of introduce them to this method and kind of point them in that direction. You know, again, I go back to this. My father kept telling me it's the best way to shave. And you know what? Stupidly, I didn't listen to him. And he even said, oh, I'll show you how to do it. Oh, that's okay, Dad. I know how to do it. And then I tried to do it, and I walked away from it after hacking up my face because I didn't know the proper method. And had I listened to Dad, I would have been on the path of the traditional wet shave much, much sooner. And again, you know the story. He would tell me over the years, it's the best way to shave, a safety razor. And after he passed, after Mom and Dad both passed, I bought their home. I was cleaning out the bathroom, and I found my father's shave gear. And there was the Gillette Super Speed that he had used for years and years and years and years. And it's as if he was telling me, here it is, use it, learn it. And that's how it all came about. So, Dad, thank you very, very much. I finally listened. Yeah. Lee, thanks very much for that. That's absolutely great to hear that you're helping young men and pointing them in the direction of the traditional wet shave. Absolutely fantastic. Philip Baker writes, I came back to the traditional way of shaving because it's cheaper than cartridges. Yeah, that's another reason to do the traditional wet shave. However, be careful of that rabbit hole. It may not be cheaper than cartridges, if you know what I mean. I mean, to those out there, if you know, you know. Absolutely. Hey, Charles Price checked in. Moon Dance Soap should do a collaboration with the channel and call it Boom Dance. That is fantastic. Maybe they'll hear this and they'll do that. That would be great. Charles, thanks very, very much for that. Really do appreciate it. And that wraps up this week's refill segment. My thanks to everyone who contributed. Really do appreciate it. We'll do it again next week. Okay, let's check out some new wet shaving gear. Now, at this past Ohio Wet Shavers meetup, Doug Lane from Adopted Acre Soap Company was there. He had a little table set up, and he was selling some of his soaps and splashes. And he had one there that I just had to have due to postseason baseball. You know, we're in October. The playoffs are going strong, even though Cleveland lost to Detroit in that wild card series. Congratulations to Detroit. They did give us some great, great baseball towards the end of the season there and into the postseason, even though it was short-lived. But it did go 3 games, and there were some great games there. So I got to hand it to Detroit. Congratulations. Anyhow, I happened to see this soap and splash, and I got some of it right away. It's called Rookie Card. Now, we previewed this in the highlight reel of the Ohio Wet Shavers meetup that we did in the Monday Morning Mailbag a few weeks ago. This is a terrific scent. When you crack it open, it smells just like opening up a pack of baseball cards. Yeah. Oh, that's marvelous. And Doug even included a pack of baseball cards with it. How about that? Really, really terrific. We're going to get a review done on this, but here's what Doug wrote. I just wanted to give you a heads up about Rookie Card. We had these labels printed from an outside source when we started. Now, we do everything in-house. With that being said, I used my last label on a splash tonight. So it's time to redo the labels. We have about 5 sets left in stock, and when they are gone for the season, probably about the time baseball is over. We are bringing it back for spring training, but with a new label and probably a new name. Think of it as he is no longer a rookie. I think we might even run a contest in January or February to have help coming up with a new name. Winner gets a free set. Same scent, just a revamp of the label, and it will come in the Grand Champion base next year. So just some info on this soap set. I look forward to hearing your thoughts on this one when you shave with it. Thanks so much, Doug Lane. Doug, thanks again very, very much for making this available at the Ohio Wet Shave Meetup. It's a great scent. I have not yet shaved with it. I'm planning to do it now that we're in the postseason, and hopefully the review will run right around the time the playoffs, the really important playoffs start, the World Series, that sort of thing, when it gets down to National League and American League, that sort of thing. So really looking forward to using this one. It's a great, great scent. The Grand Champion base is marvelous. We have reviewed shave soaps from Adopted Acres Soap Company in their Grand Champion base. It's wonderful. Good Steward was the one that we reviewed in the Grand Champion base. It's fantastic. You have got to try that one. The Grand Champion base is wonderful. And knowing now that Rookie Card, or whatever it's going to be called next year, will be in the Grand Champion base, yeah, it's on my list. I'm definitely going to get it because it's a great, great scent. Perfect for baseball season, perfect for post-baseball season, absolutely, or the postseason of baseball. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. So Doug, again, thanks very, very much for making Rookie Card available. Get it while you can, folks. While baseball season is still going in the postseason, baseball is still going in the postseason. Get it before it's gone, because once it's gone, you won't have it as Rookie Card. It's going to be something else next year. Same great scent, plus the Grand Champion base, which is wonderful. So check it out. We'll have a link to Adopted Acres Soap Company below, so you can check this out as well as their other offerings. Doug, thanks again very, very much. Bill Murphy checked in, and he's introducing us to a couple of new Artisan brush makers. These are absolutely wonderful. He sent along photos. Check this out, folks. Bill writes, "Hi, Mark. When we returned from our trip to Santa Fe, we picked up our mail from the post office, and I had a package from Turnings by Tans. He is on Instagram and sells turn goods, stabilized wood, and resin materials. I had him make 2 shaving brushes for me. The one on the right is a butterscotch, thanks Mom Zarady, with a little white swirl thrown in. The one on the left is actually a deep purple, which does not show up very well in the picture. Both brush handles have a G5C knot. They both make a great lather. The craftsmanship is amazing. Ryan did an outstanding job. Communication with him to get the handles I wanted was outstanding. Check out his Instagram page, and Bill very kindly supplied the link. We will have that link below." He continues here, "A few days later, I got another brush I ordered from Hoosier Lathe Works on Instagram. This brush was made for me to match the shave bowl I received from Spot Prints. I just ordered the handle and installed a Roswell Gray hybrid synthetic knot from Phoenix Shaving. Logan did an outstanding job, and the coin on the handle is amazing. Check out these 2 artisans. They do amazing work. The links are below. And again, we will provide those links both to Turnings by Tans and Hoosier Lathe Works. These are absolutely beautiful artisan shaving brushes. Check them out, folks. Contact these artisans. They can make something very, very special for you, as they did for Bill Murphy. Those are absolutely beautiful, beautiful brush handles, Bill. Thank you so much for sharing with all the viewers out there. And again, thank you very much for your service. So glad you had a great trip to Santa Fe. You and Connie sent along some great information regarding travel shaving gear, and that was wonderful. Check out a previous Monday Morning Mailbag where Bill discussed all that. That was last week's Monday Morning Mailbag. If you want some tips and tricks and some great information on shaving gear for travel, check out that episode. And thanks again for passing along the Artisan brushes from 2 Instagram artisans. Bill, thanks again very, very much. Now, again, from the Ohio Wet Shavers Meetup and the PIF table there were a lot of Bundabeard shave soaps and balms on that table, and I believe it was Doug Lane who brought them in. They were brand new. And again, at the end of the day, there was a few left behind, and I happened to see one that I have not reviewed. I think it's brand new from them. I think it's brand new. It's part of their spicy trio. I went up to their website and I happened to see the descriptions there. These are 3 different shave soaps with different kind of spice recipes. And the one that I found that was on the PIF table after everyone had left, no one selected this one because I don't think anyone knew what it was. This is called, I guess in English it would be Good Hope. I'm not sure of the Afrikaners pronunciation of it, maybe Good Hoop or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. But it's part of their spicy trio shave soaps. And the reason why I selected this one is because it's made with Mutton tallow. Right there. Can you see that? Mutton tallow. And I don't think I have a Mutton tallow shave soap in the shave den. And again, this was at the end of the Wet Shave Meetup. Many folks had left, and there were just a few of these on the table. So I thought, gee whiz, wanted to introduce this to all the viewers out there because of the Mutton tallow. We're going to get a review done on this. And again, there are 3 soaps in this spicy trio. Dromedaris, which has a spicy base but leans towards the heavier, manly side of the spectrum with some added hints of leather, tobacco, and bergamot. The other one is this one right here. The Good Hoop is the standard Old Spice fragrance from years gone by, so we suspect we will keep this one the same, but there are also no rules here. Do you want it stronger, lighter, add some talc, maybe some musk? You might even suggest something a bit wacky, a menthol component, a floral attribute, or adding in some earthy notes. If your quest is to take a classic and make it better, this is your chance. So they're taking some input on this. Now, this Artisan is out of South Africa, so you might be able to find them on some domestic online sellers here in the States. But it was Dr. Edward de Villiers of South Africa who introduced the channel and all the viewers to Bundabeard Artisan soap makers because he sent the channel some of these shave soaps and balms. Very, very generous of him to do so. So a big thank you to Dr. de Villiers for doing that. Really do appreciate it. And when I saw this, I thought, wow, I don't think I have anything that came from South Africa and Dr. de Villiers that was Mutton tallow. So that's why we've got the Mutton tallow. And again, this is Old Spice. Now, in sampling it, when I got home, it does have that Old Spice kind of scent, but it is subtle. I'm thinking that when the lather is created, it'll blossom and bloom a little bit more. Yeah, this is Old Spice. We're gonna have to use it, get the brush wet, load it up, and determine how much of a recreation of the classic Old Spice is it. Not entirely sure right now in sampling it. It's close. It's good. And they're opening to tweaking it a little bit. I can tell you right now, I would want it to be a little stronger. Yeah, right now. But again, I'm going to have to build a lather with it. And the third shave soap in their spicy trio is Riser. I believe that's how it's pronounced, Riser. And as they write here, like the other ships, Riser also had some traditional spice aboard, but it was also the main carrier vessel of the fruit and sweet stuff, And this is why a sweeter smell will waft into the air when you open the tub. So it's a sweeter, spicy kind of scent from that particular one. But we came away with Good Hope, or De Good Hoop, however it's pronounced, which is an homage to Old Spice, and it's going to be developing. So we'll try to find some domestic online sellers that handle Bundabeard and hopefully handle this one. But this was really quite a find. And a big, big thank you to Doug Lane. I believe it was Doug Lane who put a lot of these on the PIF table. There was a lot there, and many, many, many of them were snapped up. And again, by the time I went back to the PIF table, there was this one and maybe a few balms, and that's about it. So I happened to see this. It said Mutton Tallow, and I thought, yeah, I'm going to try. I'm going to talk about it and use it, Mutton Tallow. Now, speaking of different tallows, Aaron Watson sent this along regarding Talent Soap Factory's soaps. They're duck fat based. I guess you could say they're duck tallow. He sent along a link. We're going to go ahead and have that link below. I believe the name of the soap is Pandemonium. Check it out. It's a duck fat-based kind of tallow. So my thanks to Aaron Watson for passing that along. So you've got some mutton tallow and some duck fat-based kind of tallow to check out. We'll have links below. Aaron, thanks very, very much. And again, a big thank you to Doug Lane for providing all the brand new Bundubeard shave soaps and balms for the PIF table. Again, if you missed the Ohio Wet Shavers meetup, stay tuned for next year's Ohio Wet Shavers meetup. Man, it's fantastic, and there's some great, great things on the PIF table, and some great giveaways, and just a great group of guys. So hope to see everyone there next year. Big thank you to Doug Lane for the Bundabeard, and thanks to Aaron Watson for the link to the duck fat-based tallow shave soap. Gentlemen, thanks again very, very much. And that wraps up this week's look at new wet shaving gear. My thanks to everyone who contributed. Really do appreciate it. We'll do it again next week. Okay, let's check out some of these questions and comments. Viewer Nightly Truth writes, I just got rid of about 5 to 6 days of heavy beard growth, and boy did it feel good. But in doing so, I noticed something completely unexpected. The first shave was a bit rough, even with a very aggressive open comb razor. But here's the part that boggles my mind. Since that shave, not only does my face feel better, I have also been able to achieve the most BBS shaves of my life. I'm really starting to think there is something about giving our beards a rest from daily shaving now and then. Perhaps I'm wrong, but this has been my honest experience during the past few days and or shaves. Nightly Truth, I agree with you. It's great to give the face and the beard a bit of a rest, which is why I sometimes do shave reviews with 2 days or 3 days worth of beard growth. Couple of reasons there. First reason is I want a little more whisker available to photograph, because a lot of viewers and a lot of new viewers to the channel and some folks who stop by say, gee whiz, what are you shaving? There's nothing there. Well, I'm a fair-skinned, blonde-haired guy, and my beard doesn't always register on camera with 1 day's worth of beard growth. And the next reason is yeah, I like to give my face a rest every once in a while. And I've often mentioned in those shave reviews, after shaving away 2 to 3 days worth of beard growth, there's this wonderful BBS feel, partly because of that great contrast from having a lot of beard growth and then having it shaved away, having that wonderful, clean, shaven feel. So I think maybe that's coming into play as well. But you're saying, Nightly Truth, that you're getting additional BBS shaves after that initial shave of removing a great deal of beard growth. So that is really, really interesting. I'll leave it to the viewers. What do you say there, folks? What's going on there, do you think? Have you experienced the same kind of sensation after shaving away, say, a week, 5 days or a week's worth of beard growth? Are you getting some additional BBS shaves quite easily afterwards? Do you give your face and beard a rest, say for 2 or 3 days, and then have a shave? Please comment below and let us know. Nightly Truth, thanks so much for a great topic of discussion. I'm sure we're going to get a lot of great input from a lot of wet shavers out there. Yeah, so I've kind of had that experience, but only after that initial shave. Not so much in additional shaves. You know what? I'm going to have to revisit it. I'm going to have to do it. Let the beard grow in for about 4 or 5 days, then have a shave, and then after that shave, the next day, see how it feels and see if it's been different from doing a daily shave. That's what I'm going to do. But again, I'll leave it to the viewers. Comment below and let us know about your wet shave journey in giving your beard and your face a rest, that sort of thing, the kind of sensation you get afterwards. And for additional shaves, please comment below and let us know. Nightly Truth, thanks again very, very much. This comes from JRL22 Tango, and he left this comment in the review that we did on the Parker Adjustable Injector Razor. And he writes, interesting. I used a Schick injectable in the early 70s, never an issue. The Parker Adjustable simply does not work for me. I've changed blades, still not for me. It sits in the collection as an example only. Other injectables still work for me, go figure, as it's rare for a razor not to do well. Gee whiz, I don't know what the issue could be. I had some great shaves with this. Now, here's one suggestion. If you like the Schick injector razors from the 70s, why not go up to eBay or Etsy or, I don't know, Marketplace on Facebook and try to find a PAL vintage adjustable injector razor, because my understanding is from viewers who have talked about the Parker adjustable injector razor that the Parker is actually patterned after the PAL. And, the PAL has a really nice feel. The handle does feel better than the Parker because it has more of a triangular feel, so where you can get the sides a little bit better, whereas the Parker really doesn't have that. So I can kind of understand where Jim Nash and some others didn't really care for the handle on the Parker. But boy, this PAL really has a nice feel to it. The PAL is also a bit heavier. It also has a bit of a curve to it, so you can find that angle of approach a little more easily. And the adjustment dial on mine works very, very well. It goes from L low to H high with about 3 hash marks in between, so there are 5 settings, just like on the Parker, which has 5 settings. Now, these adjust a little differently. Let me show you the PAL. We have that set on low right there. Now, it's actually moving the guard in and out. When it's out, it's actually pushing the guard away from where the blade sits. At least that's the way I'm looking at it here. So let me see if I can show this to you so you can see it. So when I dial, I'm on low, so when I dial it up high, you'll see that guard move closer towards the blade. Okay, see that, how that gap kind of closes up there? So the guard is actually moving up so that you're getting the guard is actually closer to the blade, so you're getting a closer shave. So let me show you again. When I turn it, it moves that bar, moves it out so that the blade then is positioned farther away from the guard and your face. So that's where you're getting the milder setting. And I think that, I don't know if that lines up. Yeah, it looks like it's aligned pretty good. All right. Okay, it's a vintage razor, right? Now, the Parker works a little differently. This guard, instead of moving in and out, it's moving up and down. So you can see here that when it is at its lowest setting, it's a little bit, the gap is smaller. So when you turn it up, you can kind of see it move down. I don't know if you can see that. It moves down and it opens up the gap more. Okay, see how it opens up the gap? Maybe I can show you it this way. That's a big gap, and then when I turn it up, turn it lower, okay, the gap closes up. Now there is a blade in there, so it might not be able to see it. There it is, see it? That's high, the gap opens up, and this is low, and you can see how it closes it up. It's milder. That's how the Parker works. So maybe, if you get a PAL razor where that bar there, that safety bar, it's kind of tuned differently, so to speak, than the Parker, maybe that'll help. Plus, boy, this thing was really, really made well. Let me show you something else here. When you install a key here, all right, to inject a razor blade, okay, boy, that is solid. That is really, really solid. Everything is nice and parallel, and you're ready to inject the blade, no problem at all. With the Parker, watch this. The Parker has a little bit of slop. I think they said version 3 was improved. I don't know if this is version 3 or version 2, but check this out, okay, when you put that in there like that. Now, if you're not careful, that'll kick up like that, and you won't get the blade installed at all. You have to make sure that that is down and parallel. And that really was a problem when I first tried to inject a razor blade. I thought, what the heck is going on here? But as long as everything is parallel and even across from the dispenser to the razor head, you'll be able to inject a razor blade with no problem. But that little kick upwards really, really did throw me off. So I don't know. That's just a suggestion. JRL22 Tango. I would check out a vintage PAL adjustable razor. Man, it's got more heft than the Parker. It has a different adjustment mechanism in the razor head. And we're going to use this again. I used it early on in my wet shaving journey and kind of set it aside. You can see it doesn't have a blade in there. I removed the blade so I could store it. So now that I have the Parker, I'm going to shave with the PAL, and I'm also going to do a comparison shave between the two of them because, something that from the 60s and something right now from 2025, we'll see how they stack up. But if you can get a like new or near new PAL adjustable razor, I think this will probably work better for you than the Parker. It'll certainly be closer to the Schick razors that you're used to. So I hope that helps, JRL22 Tango. If anybody out there has a PAL adjustable injector razor, please comment below and let us know. JRL22 Tango, sure hope that helps. Paul DeJardin writes, if you want to attract younger men to wet shaving, talk about razor rash. Since I started wet shaving again, I haven't had a single episode of razor rash. That's a great suggestion because if a young guy who is using a cartridge razor, has that episode of razor rash, that's a really, really good time to say, hey, use a safety razor. Great suggestion, Paul. Really do appreciate that. He goes on here. That being said, our tastes in aftershave scents can be very different. Old man smell can be a turnoff for the younger guys. Ask me how I know, laugh out loud. You know what? Interesting you should mention that because I recall Clubman Whiskey Woods being described as an old man smell. Now, Whiskey Woods, you'd think it would smell like whiskey, and it's okay, but it's not like Dirty Biker. This is an aged whiskey scent. So I would sort of agree. I would tend to agree that, Whiskey Woods could give you an old man kind of a scent, but Dirty Biker is not going to do that. This is a marvelous, marvelous aged whiskey scent. So again, just a great reminder of Dirty Biker shave soap and aftershave splash with that aged whiskey scent. Definitely not an old man scent. Just a great masculine, manly scent. Big thanks again to David Dart for sending it to the channel. And let me know what you think of Whiskey Woods. Is this an old man scent to any of you out there? Comment below and let us know. Paul, thanks again for the comments. Viewer Brian McCarthy checked in one more time and he writes, howdy Mark, another great Monday morning mailbag. How to get young men interested in wet shaving? Over the last 2 years, I have seen a few of the neighborhood boys growing beards. One fellow has gone to college to become a pilot, while another decided to become a firefighter. I congratulated them and wished them well on their respective journeys, but told both of them that they would be required to give up the facial hair. Each of them revealed that the only reason for the hairy faces was a hatred of shaving. Well, that was my chance to explain to them the wonders of good old-fashioned wet shaving. I gave them resources to look up online, you included, and offered to show them how it is done if required. One of them even found a video I made of me using the razor in alternating directions that you presented on a Monday morning mailbag. Jokes about me being a shaving guru were well received. I am happy to report that they have embraced our pastime and are now converts. The best way is to lead by example, I guess. Brian, I absolutely agree. Lead by example. Offer to show them how it's done. Give them online resources. All of these are absolutely great. And I think it's a no pressure kind of approach in introducing them to the traditional wet shave. Hey, you're not getting good shaves? Check out the traditional wet shave. You can see this YouTuber over here or read this blog over here. Be happy to show it to you sometime if you'd like to see how it's done. It's not as difficult as you think, etc., etc., etc. Great approach and suggestion, Brian. Thanks very, very much. Folks, please comment below and let us know what's your approach, what's your routine, what's your method of introducing a young man to the traditional wet shave. We'd really be interested in reading your comments below. Brian, thanks again very, very much. And that wraps up another Monday Morning Mailbag. Thanks so much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. Please share, please subscribe, please like. Hit that bell so it'll give you a yell the next time I upload a video. Comment below. Let me know. Check out all the wonderful Artisan soap makers and sellers that you see displayed on the bottom of the screen right now. They make and offer some wonderful Artisan shave soap. They also offer some wonderful wet shaving gear to enhance your traditional wet shave. The next time you're online, please take a moment, pay them a visit. I sure would appreciate it. Thank you very much. Also, check out my Amazon product page at amazon.com/shop/Mark Zarady, where you'll find all the Amazon listed products that I review in this channel, organized and categorized so you can find everything in a snap very easily. I'll leave you with this laugh. Hey, we have another double take cartoon puzzle this week. Try to find the differences between the two cartoon panels. If you need more time, just pause the video, or try to find all the differences before time runs out. Thanks very much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. Make it a great week.